City Hall Name Registry, Charles speaking. And then Harriet holds her nose and says, "Hello, Charles. My name is Carol Welsh. Yes, the Carol Welsh. And I'm stupendously busy today, so I'm sending my wonderful daughter to review her birth certificate." Okay. No, I'd hate to say this, Harriet, but as much as I love that voice, it sounds really cute, you actually sound a lot less like your mom than you normally do. I'm just saying. Your mom does not sound anything like that. Her mom, by the way, is played by Grey DeLisle, who used to play Emily Elizabeth on Clifford the Big Red Dog back in 2000, and she also played Mrs. Howard, Emily Elizabeth's mom. And she's done tons of movies and TV shows over the years, and later on in 2015, on the Disney Channel show Star vs. the Forces of Evil, not only did she play Queen Moon, but she was also Jackie Lynn Thomas. It would have been really funny if Grey DeLisle played both Mrs. Welsh and Harriet on this show, and have Harriet sound a little bit like Emily Elizabeth. That'd be fun. If they did that, it would be even funnier if Harriet was trying to do an impression of her mom, if they used both actresses or the same actress for both characters. But yeah, Harriet, you are not fooling me at all. I mean, listen to this.
Excuse me for a moment. City Hall Name Registry, Charles speaking.
Hello, Charles. My name is Carol Welsh. Yes, the Carol Welsh. And I'm stupendously busy today, so I'm sending my wonderful daughter to review her birth certificate.
Okay, ma'am. I think,
But first, would you mind reading her full handwritten name back to me?
Sure.
And what does her mom's real voice sound like again?
We thought you could choose an M name for yourself. Then we'll all go right down to City Hall to change it in your records.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Not even close, girl. The way she pinched her nose and talked like that, she sounds more like a little kid now than she normally does. Like, that is not an adult voice at all. Now, don't get me wrong, I am enjoying this. Like, Harriet is succeeding at entertaining me with this, but seems like she's failing at trying to sound like her mother. That's all I'm saying, okay? I don't know how she's getting away with it, because I love all the voices and accents that Speedy Feldstein is doing for Harriet on this show. She's doing an incredible job. So anywho, Harriet, pretending to be her mother, is calling the guy at the desk on the telephone and asking the guy if he could read off the birth certificate to see what he thinks the name is supposed to be, to see if he can make out what that middle initial is. And there's these shelves and shelves and shelves of file folders behind him. I don't know how he manages to pull out Harriet's thing so fast. He says, "Okay, I got Mrs. Welsh. The handwritten name is Harriet. Harriet." And Harriet almost blows her cover by saying, "Yes, yes." And she plugs her nose again and says, "Harriet what? Harriet W? Or Harriet R? A Q, perhaps?" The guy says, "I'm sorry, but it's just a scribble, ma'am." And Harriet, with her normal voice, exclaims, "A scribble?" Kind of like what we heard with the echo earlier. Holds her nose and says, "Are you sure?" The guy at the desk says, "Yep, like someone was trying to get the ink started on a pen." And then the following words spoken by Harriet on the voiceover give me chills. She says, "And that's when I officially lost what was left of my mind." She's been losing her mind this whole episode, and whatever was left, she's lost that too. Here comes the mad chase. I feel it coming now. She drops the telephone and bangs against the side of the cubicle. And the guy at the phone says, Ma'am, are you there?" And Harriet barges to the front of the line up to the desk and snatches the file folder right out of the guy's hand. She says, "Sorry, Charles, I just need to see something real fast for 2 seconds. She's looking at it. She says the clerk was right. It was a scribble and nothing but. I mean, it does look a little bit like an M, but it's kind of a strange looking M. I mean, I guess most people wouldn't even think about putting an initial onto a birth certificate. Like, if it's a birth certificate, I would think you would put, like, the entire full name on it, like the first name, the middle name, and last name. So the fact that there's no middle name and just a letter, like, that's suspicious in and of itself. Yep, Harriet sees that old scribble, and all this time we're hearing those loud heartbeats. The clerk says, "Little girl, it's been 2 seconds. Please return the document." Harriet backs away and says, "I can't do that, Charles. I'm sorry." And as she runs off, we hear the same music track that we heard in the very beginning, so, yep, this is that same scene now. The clerk says, "Hey, stop her! Security!" Harriet says, "I didn't know what my legs were doing. It was like my whole body went on bad choice autopilot." That's a pretty good way to describe it. Like, if you're losing your mind like that and just doing something entirely impulsive like that. But I remember Harriet saying in the beginning that she had no choice, because she was riding a whopper of a run done unto her than none other than her own parents. Although I am happy to hear that Harriet is acknowledging to us that this is in fact a bad choice. Because I assume she's telling us this story like long after it happened, and she's kind of like looking back on it and knowing how foolish it was. And she continues, "All I knew is that I was a scribble and I had to destroy the evidence." Oh my goodness gracious! What in the world? Hey, did you just hear that? That fly is walking on my microphone right now. Okay, you're going to hear a bang right now in 3, 2, 1. Well, I didn't get him, but he flew away anyway. Sorry about that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, what in the world would they do to a child who tries to destroy their own birth certificate? I imagine juvenile detention or something. Oh, here we go. That's why those papers are flying. Harriet is taking the certificate out of the folder and then just throws the rest of the folder and everything that's in it right at one of the cops. And yep, that's that very first shot right there. Papers are flying, and then he comes around the corner and he slides down on the floor. This is recycled animation right here. Here we go. This is exactly it. And this is that moment where Harriet learns that if you swipe your birth certificate from a clerk at City Hall and make a run for it, security guards are definitely going to chase you. This is it. And now this is sort of a sped up version of that part that we saw in the beginning in slow motion, where that cop was almost catching her. And yeah, I have it paused right here. That's the exact same shot. And okay, the cop grabbed her by the shoulder. I thought he grabbed her by the hood, but no, it was the shoulder. Okay. Whoa, interesting transition as the security guard grabs Harriet and stops her. It's sort of like the camera like keeps going, making it look like that Harriet quick zoop goes to the right and kind of pulls that picture with her, and the kind of does a very quick transition zoop away from that scene and into this office here, which I assume is a security office, and there's the two cops standing there at the desk and Harriet sitting there, and there's a bunch of keys on the wall and a coffee maker right there. So now we're finally going to see what happens next.